Again, I do not want to discuss what took place before the judges, but I can repeat that the charges being dropped against Muthaura does not impact the case of Kenyatta, Mr. Kenyatta. And we will continue to present the evidence that we have. We have argued repeatedly that the evidence that we have against Mr. Kenyatta is much more than we had against Mr. Muthaura. And this is what we will present before the judges. We have argued that it does not impact the case, and this is what we will present to the judges. Whatever is necessary to be done, which the judges have requested for, we are in a position to do it, and we will do it.
This came into the public domain. A witness has already made it public, alleging that he was induced, he was given money. What does this mean, actually, to your cases? Did you do proper investigations? Were witnesses induced?
As a matter of policy, again, I never discuss speculation on witness identities in the media. Witness protection is one of my highest priorities, as I mentioned before, and we will continue to strengthen additional protective measures as needed.
Do you still have enough witnesses? The perception is they are recanting their statements.
This is not true. Unfortunately, the media is sending out information that is not true. It is not true that I heard that they said 8 witnesses have already recanted. This is not true. It has to be clear that this is something that the media has fabricated. It is not true. And as you will understand, there is a limit to what I can say publicly on this issue. What I can say is that the scale of witness interference that my office has seen in Kenya has been unprecedented. The challenge we face is that the intimidation and the interference goes beyond individual witnesses themselves. Unfortunately, it extends to pressures on their immediate and on their extended families, on their relatives and on their loved ones. My office is working together with the Victims and Witnesses Unit in the registry to address this. The Office of the Prosecutor will continue to seek authorization from the judges for additional protective measures as needed. And we appreciate the sacrifices. Really, I want to be clear on that. We appreciate the sacrifices that the witnesses make for the sake of the truth.
Is there evidence to show that they've been intimidated, they've been bribed? Can you prove that?
As I said, I do not wish to discuss this openly. It's a matter that will be presented to the judges. But definitely, as I said, the witness interference.
Remember when you accused the government of Kenya and the Attorney General not cooperating, not willing to release certain information you needed. He accused you of playing to the public gallery and not being truthful, and that certain things are better discussed as confidential matters. What's your comment on that?
As a state party to the Rome Statute, the government of Kenya is obliged to cooperate fully with the court. And full cooperation means executing requests fully, effectively and in a timely manner. The government of Kenya failed to provide my office with important evidence. I fully respect the government of Kenya, and I remain committed to working with the government at all times. It is, however, with a heavy heart that I have to express my dissatisfaction with the way the government has reacted to key requests for assistance on a number of issues. I have raised this issue at the highest level, notably with President Kibaki and Prime Minister Odinga, as well as with the Ministerial Cabinet Subcommittee that is supposed to facilitate the work of the office. I have records of numerous meetings and exchanges of correspondence between my office and the Kenya Attorney General, all to no avail. While considering my options, I will continue to do all I can to have dialogue with the government of Kenya, but I expect positive, concrete, and tangible action from the government of Kenya in facilitating my work.
But you sound that you are helpless. Is ICC helpless in this matter?
Well, cooperation has to be given by the government of Kenya. They are the ones who should give us the cooperation. We will continue to do that. We will also continue to look for alternative ways of getting the evidence that we need.
If you don't get it?
Well, that is also speculation. You know, right now, as I already indicated, our other cases are going on.
Assuming it's true that the government of Kenya has not been cooperating, now 2 of the suspects could be confirmed to be in power. What would that mean? I mean, do you expect better cooperation?
I do not know. I do not also wish to speculate on what is going to happen. We are looking forward to the start date of the trial of both of these 2 people you've mentioned, and as for cooperation, we will seek. We will continue to seek. What they will do, it will not be in the hands of the Office of the Prosecutor.
Have the suspects abided by the conditions they were given?
Well, so far it has been respected, and I think the suspects themselves have publicly said they will continue to respect the conditions of the summons.
Madam Prosecutor, there are those who say the election of Uhuru and Ruto could have sent a statement to the international community and ICC that the communities in Kenya may have fought, but they are ready to move on. How are you taking that? Is this a political statement to the international community?
Again, we are not following political considerations. Our cases are not progressing on that basis. These people who have been elected by Kenya, or the people of Kenya, have been found by the judges of the ICC, have been actually, the charges against them, let me put it this way, have been confirmed against them. And this was confirmed not based on any political considerations. I can only assure the victims, and I can only assure first the victims that we will do everything that is legally possible and in our power to ensure that justice is done in this case. Because this case, we have to remember again, even though the focus is being shifted deliberately, but this case is about the victims of the post-election violence in Kenya.
What if Kenyan cases really did not materialize at the end of the day, despite the hype and the publicity? What would this mean to the prosecution's office?
What I can say as prosecutor is that I have a duty to follow cases that I bring before the court and to present the cases in the most credible and professional manner that I can, presenting the evidence the way that it should be presented before the judges. I will continue to do that. I cannot speculate on what is going to be the outcome of the cases. As I said, it is the judges that will decide. But what we can do in our power as prosecution's office will be done, and it will be done before the judges.